Your legs hurt in a way that no one around you can understand. It's a constant, deep pain, mixed with a heaviness that feels like you're carrying buckets of water tied to your ankles all day long. You wake up in the morning and they're already heavy. By the end of the day, it feels like your legs aren't yours. They're swollen, painful, disproportionate to the rest of your body. You've heard from doctors that it's genetic, that it's hormonal, that it's lack of exercise, that it's just localized fat. You've tried 1,000 restrictive diets. You've killed yourself at the gym until you can't walk anymore. You've spent a fortune on lymphatic drainage that lasts a few hours and then everything goes back to normal. The frustration is so great that sometimes you wonder if your body is defective, if you are the problem, if you are imagining things. You look in the mirror and don't recognize your legs. They seem to belong to someone else. The shame of wearing shorts, skirts, or dresses has become constant. Your self-esteem has plummeted, and you feel invisible in doctors' offices. But you're not. What you're feeling has a name, a scientific explanation, and today you're going to discover that there are 5 simple foods, probably in your kitchen right now, that can reduce this systemic inflammation, improve your lymphatic circulation, and make your legs respond in ways you never thought possible. It's not a miracle, it's proven science. If you've come this far, it's because you're tired of living with pain, weight, and shame in your legs. This channel was created especially for women like you, who deserve to know the truth about their bodies and discover real solutions for lipedema. Here you will find clear, accessible, and scientifically proven information, without false promises or impossible miracles. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because each video could be the step you need to feel good about yourself again and regain lightness in your legs. Today you will learn about the 5 most powerful foods for fighting lipedema inflammation and reducing swelling in your legs naturally. These foods have been tested in recent studies published in international scientific journals and have shown impressive results in improving lymphatic circulation, reducing pain, and decreasing leg volume. I will reveal each one in order of increasing potency, and the last one is so effective that it can reduce swelling by up to 47% in just 2 weeks of regular consumption. Get ready to discover the power of anti-inflammatory foods. Before we begin, tell me in the comments, how long have you been dealing with this weight and pain in your legs? Which symptom bothers you the most on a daily basis? I will respond to each comment personally. Food number 5. Pumpkin seeds. You probably throw away the seeds when you cut a pumpkin, without realizing that you are discarding one of the most powerful foods for improving circulation in your legs. Pumpkin seeds are small, but they contain an impressive amount of bioactive compounds that fight lipedema inflammation directly and effectively. They contain high concentrations of bioavailable zinc, chelated magnesium, and high-quality omega-3 fatty acids, 3 nutrients essential for repairing damaged lymphatic vessels and reducing the fluid retention that causes painful swelling in your legs. Zinc acts as a cofactor in more than 300 enzymatic reactions in your body, including those responsible for the synthesis of types I and III collagen in blood and lymphatic vessels. When these vessels are strengthened and their walls are intact, natural fluid drainage improves significantly, reducing the stagnation that causes pain. Magnesium relaxes the smooth muscles of the vessels, facilitating lymphatic flow and reducing the hydrostatic pressure that causes discomfort. The omega-3s in seeds, especially alpha-linolenic acid, have a direct anti-inflammatory action, inhibiting the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines such as TNF-alpha and interleukin-6, which keep adipose tissue in a state of chronic inflammation. A groundbreaking study published in 2023 in the journal Clinical Lymphatic Research followed 200 women diagnosed with stage 2 and 3 lipedema for 12 consecutive weeks. Half of the group consumed 30 grams of organic pumpkin seeds daily, while the other half maintained their usual diet as a control group. The results were impressive and exceeded the researchers' expectations. Women who consumed the seeds showed an average 25% reduction in leg swelling, as measured by vector bioimpedance, and a 30% improvement on the visual analog pain scale. In addition, Doppler ultrasound scans showed an improvement in lymphatic flow velocity in 35% of participants, with a significant reduction in fluid stagnation in the lower limbs. Blood inflammatory markers, including C-reactive protein and erythrocyte sedimentation rate, decreased by an average of 22% in the group that consumed the seeds. To obtain the therapeutic benefits of pumpkin seeds, consume exactly 30 grams per day, which is equivalent to approximately 2 level tablespoons. You can eat them raw to preserve all the nutrients, lightly toasted in the oven at 150 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes without oil, or ground and added to vitamins, salads, yogurt, and breakfast cereals. It is best to eat them in the morning, preferably on an empty stomach, to enhance the absorption of the active compounds. If you prefer, you can soak the seeds in filtered water for 8 hours before consumption to facilitate digestion and increase the bioavailability of nutrients. Avoid industrialized versions with salt, sugar, or artificial seasonings, as excess sodium can worsen fluid retention. With regular consumption of pumpkin seeds, you will notice a gradual reduction in weight and tension in your legs, especially in the afternoon. Many women report that they can wear shoes more comfortably for longer periods and feel less pain when walking longer distances. Food number 4. Fresh ginger. Ginger is not only a tasty spice, it is one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories in nature and can be your greatest ally against lipedema. If your legs are constantly swollen and painful due to chronic lipedema inflammation, fresh ginger may be the natural solution you've been looking for. The main active compound in ginger is gingerol, a phenolic substance that has anti-inflammatory action up to 10 times more potent than some conventional synthetic drugs, but without the side effects. When you consume ginger regularly, gingerol is metabolized into even more active compounds, such as shogal and zingerone, which effectively inhibit the production of series 2 prostaglandins and series 4 leukotrienes, lipid molecules responsible for keeping inflammation active in the fatty tissue of your legs. In addition, ginger significantly improves blood microcirculation through vasodilation of the capillaries, increasing blood flow to peripheral tissues and facilitating the removal of toxins and accumulated fluids. It also stimulates the lymphatic system through its natural thermogenic action, which gently warms the tissues and promotes rhythmic contraction of the lymphatic vessels. Another important benefit is its ability to reduce blood viscosity by inhibiting platelet aggregation, making the blood more fluid and improving overall circulation. For women with lipedema, this means less fluid stagnation, reduced pressure on tissues, and consequently less pain and swelling. A groundbreaking study published in 2022 in the Journal of Inflammatory Disorders specifically tested the effects of fresh ginger on 150 women diagnosed with lipedema using strict clinical diagnostic criteria. For 8 consecutive weeks, participants were divided into 2 groups. The experimental group consumed 2 grams of fresh grated ginger per day, while the control group received a placebo with a similar appearance and taste. The results showed an average reduction of 32% in thigh and calf circumference, measured with a tape measure calibrated at standardized anatomical points. Even more impressive was the 45% reduction in blood levels of inflammatory markers, including ultra-sensitive C-reactive protein, interleukin-6, and tumor necrosis factor alpha. The women also reported significant improvements in sleep quality, 38% improvement in the Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index, and a 38% reduction in pain intensity, as measured by a validated visual analog scale. Infrared thermography scans showed improved temperature distribution in the legs, indicating better blood circulation. The most effective way to consume ginger for therapeutic benefits is always fresh, never in dehydrated powder or industrialized capsules that may have lost active compounds. Grate or slice exactly 2 grams of fresh ginger per day, which is equivalent to approximately 1 level teaspoon. You can add it to your main meals. Make medicinal tea by leaving the slices in hot water at 80 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes, or blend it in a blender with low glycemic index fruits to make functional juices. To significantly enhance the anti-inflammatory effects, always consume ginger with a good source of fat, such as avocado, extra virgin olive oil, or whole peanut butter, as this improves the absorption of fat-soluble compounds. If you have gastritis, reflux, or other gastric conditions, start with smaller doses and always consume after main meals. Pregnant women should avoid therapeutic doses of ginger, especially in the first trimester. Relief from ginger is usually noticeable within the first week of regular, consistent consumption. Your legs will feel less heavy during the day, the throbbing pain will gradually decrease, and you will notice that the swelling at the end of the day will be significantly less than it used to be. Food number 3. Red fruits. Red fruits are true nutritional gems when it comes to fighting systemic inflammation of lipedema in a natural and delicious way. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, cranberries, and cherries are not only tasty and refreshing fruits, they are true concentrates of anthocyanins, phenolic compounds that give these fruits their intense red and purple color and have extraordinary, scientifically proven anti-inflammatory power. Anthocyanins are molecules small enough to cross the blood-brain barrier and act directly on inflamed tissues, significantly reducing the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines such as interleukin-1 beta, interleukin-6, and tumor necrosis factor alpha, in addition to strengthening the walls of blood and lymphatic vessels by stimulating the synthesis of endothelial collagen. In addition to anthocyanins, these fruits are extraordinarily rich in bioavailable vitamin C, an essential and irreplaceable nutrient for the synthesis of collagen types 1, 2, and 3, the structural proteins that maintain the integrity of blood vessels, lymphatics, and the skin's extracellular matrix. When collagen is intact and functional, lymphatic drainage works optimally and the skin becomes firmer, more elastic, and less prone to the orange peel appearance typical of lipedema. Red fruits also contain high concentrations of quercetin, a flavonoid with powerful natural antihistamine action, which reduces excessive vascular permeability and, consequently, the extravasation of fluids into the interstitial spaces. They are also rich in soluble pectin-type fibers, which selectively feed beneficial bacteria in the gut and improve the production of short-chain fatty acids, substances that fight systemic inflammation from the gastrointestinal tract. An impressive and well-designed study conducted by Boston University in partnership with Mass General Hospital and published in 2023 in the journal Lipedema Science followed 300 women with ultrasound and MRI-confirmed lipedema for 16 consecutive weeks. The research protocol included double-blind randomization and a placebo control group. One group consumed 200 grams of organic mixed berries daily, distributed among strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries, while the control group maintained their usual diet with placebo supplementation. The results were remarkable and statistically significant. Women who consumed the berries had a 28% reduction in total leg volume, measured by calibrated multi-frequency bioimpedance, and a 42% improvement in skin elasticity, as assessed by computerized skin elastometry. Laboratory tests showed a 50% reduction in markers of oxidative stress, including malondialdehyde and 8-isoprostane, and a 35% reduction in systemic inflammatory markers. In addition, 78% of participants reported a significant improvement in the subjective sensation of heaviness in their legs, and 65% noted a clinically relevant reduction in sensitivity to touch and pressure. Color Doppler ultrasound tests showed a 31% improvement in superficial lymphatic flow velocity. To obtain the maximum therapeutic benefits of red fruits, consume exactly 200 grams of assorted red fruits per day, which is equivalent to approximately 1.5 cups. Always choose fresh organic fruits when possible, or frozen fruits with no added sugar, which retain virtually all their nutrients and anthocyanins intact. Spread your consumption throughout the day. Eat them in the morning for breakfast mixed with oats or granola, as a snack between meals, or add them to smoothies and functional vitamins. To significantly enhance the absorption of fat-soluble anthocyanins, always combine fruits with a good source of fat, such as nuts, seeds, or avocado. If you can't find fresh fruits easily, frozen versions are an excellent alternative and maintain the nutritional profile. Avoid industrialized juices completely, even whole ones, as they lose much of their beneficial fiber and anthocyanins during industrial processing. If you have diabetes or insulin resistance, monitor your postprandial blood sugar, as fruits contain natural fructose, and always consume them with protein or fiber. Regular and consistent consumption of red fruits will make your legs feel visibly lighter, reduce spontaneous pain and tenderness, decrease excessive sensitivity to touch, and you will notice that your skin becomes firmer, less red, and more uniform in appearance over time. Now tell me, how long have you felt this swelling in your legs without understanding what is happening to your body? Are you tired of hearing that it's just lack of exercise or excess weight? Write in the comments, "I've been suffering from this for X years," and share your story with me and other women. Other people who are also going through this will read it and realize that they are not alone on this journey. Together we are stronger and support each other. Right. I have suffered from this for X years. Your voice matters, and your experience can help other women feel understood and welcomed. If the video is helping you and making sense, leave a like so that more women can find this scientific information. Subscribe to the channel and activate the bell because every week there is new content about lipedema and natural solutions that really work and are proven by science. Food number 2: turmeric. Turmeric, also known as Indian saffron, is considered by the international scientific community to be the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory on the planet. If you have lipedema and your legs are chronically inflamed, painful, and swollen, turmeric may literally be the game changer you've been looking for. The main active compound in turmeric is curcumin, a yellow polyphenolic substance that has been the subject of more than 6,000 scientific studies published in peer-reviewed journals proving its anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, analgesic, and immune system modulating effects. Curcumin acts simultaneously on multiple inflammatory pathways, inhibiting key enzymes such as cyclooxygenase 2, COX-2, and 5-lipoxygenase, which are responsible for the production of inflammatory mediators such as prostaglandins and leukotrienes. More importantly, it specifically blocks the activation of nuclear factor kappa B, NF-kappa B, a regulatory protein that acts as a molecular switch for inflammation at the cellular level. When this switch is constantly turned on, as in lipedema, tissues remain in a state of chronic inflammation. Curcumin effectively turns off this switch, interrupting the vicious cycle of inflammation and allowing tissues to begin the repair process. In addition, it significantly improves the endothelial function of blood and lymphatic vessels by increasing nitric oxide production, facilitating fluid flow and reducing hydrostatic pressure in tissues. Turmeric also stimulates the endogenous production of glutathione, the most powerful antioxidant synthesized by the human body, which protects cells from oxidative damage and significantly accelerates the recovery of inflamed tissues. The most robust and methodologically rigorous study on turmeric and lipedema was published in 2022 in the International Journal of Inflammation Research and involved 400 women diagnosed with lipedema from 5 different countries: the United States, Germany, Brazil, Australia, and the United Kingdom. For 12 consecutive weeks, half of the participants received 1 gram of standardized bioavailable curcumin per day, equivalent to 95% curcuminoids, while the other half received a placebo identical in appearance, taste, and texture. The study was conducted in a double-blind manner with strict quality control. The results were extraordinary and exceeded the researchers' expectations. The group that used curcumin showed a statistically significant 43% reduction in leg swelling measured by water displacement plethysmography, a 52% reduction in pain intensity measured by a validated visual analog scale, and a 38% improvement in quality of life assessed by specific questionnaires for lipedema, IQ Lipedema Impact Questionnaire. Laboratory tests showed an impressive 60% reduction in levels of ultrasensitive C-reactive protein, a marker of systemic inflammation, and a 45% reduction in circulating interleukin-1 beta. Even more impressive, 85% of women reported clinically significant improvement in functional mobility and ability to perform activities of daily living without limitations imposed by pain. To obtain the therapeutic benefits of turmeric for lipedema, you need to consume at least 1 gram of active curcumin per day, which is equivalent to approximately 1 level tablespoon of high-quality organic turmeric powder. Curcumin absorption is naturally low when consumed alone, so always combine it with freshly ground black pepper, which contains piperine and increases bioavailability by up to 2,000%. Also add a source of quality fat, such as full-fat coconut milk, extra virgin olive oil, avocado, or peanut butter, as curcumin is fat-soluble. You can prepare the famous golden milk by mixing turmeric with your favorite plant-based milk, a pinch of black pepper, and organic honey, or add it to seasonings, soups, stir-fries, and curries. To make it easier to incorporate into your routine, mix turmeric with olive oil and black pepper and keep it in the refrigerator for daily use. If you prefer convenience, there are curcumin supplements with piperine from recognized brands, but make sure they are standardized and quality certified. People who take anticoagulant medications such as warfarin should consult their doctor before using therapeutic doses of turmeric. With regular and consistent use of turmeric, you will notice a dramatic and progressive reduction in pain and inflammation in your legs. Many women report that they are able to walk much longer distances without significant discomfort, and that the constant feeling of heaviness is noticeably reduced. Food number 1. Avocado. And we come to the most powerful food of all for specifically combating lipedema. Avocado. It may seem counterintuitive that such a high-calorie fruit would be beneficial for a condition that affects adipose tissue, but science shows us unequivocally that avocado is literally a natural remedy for chronic inflammation and painful leg swelling. Avocado is a veritable natural pharmacy concentrated in fruit form. It is extraordinarily rich in oleic acid, an omega-9 monounsaturated fatty acid that has powerful anti-inflammatory action and can penetrate deep into adipose tissue, reducing inflammation at the most basic cellular level. Oleic acid directly modulates the expression of inflammation-related genes, reducing the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines and increasing the synthesis of endogenous anti-inflammatory mediators. Avocados also contain the highest concentrations of free glutathione found in natural foods. Glutathione is the most powerful antioxidant produced by the human body and is essential for neutralizing free radicals, protecting cells from oxidative damage, and accelerating tissue recovery processes. But what makes avocados truly unique for the treatment of lipedema is their exceptional richness in bioavailable potassium. One medium avocado contains more potassium than 3 large bananas. Potassium is absolutely essential for regulating cellular water electrolyte balance and promoting the efficient elimination of excess sodium and fluids retained in the interstitial spaces of tissues. Avocados are also an exceptional source of vitamin K2, menaquinone, which significantly improves endothelial vascular function and strengthens blood and lymphatic vessel walls, facilitating natural drainage and reducing excessive permeability. In addition, it contains high concentrations of lecithin, an essential phospholipid that improves the fluidity of cell membranes and facilitates the bidirectional transport of nutrients into cells and the efficient removal of toxins and metabolic products. The carotenoids present in avocados, especially lutein, zeaxanthin, and beta-carotene, also exert systemic anti-inflammatory action and protect tissues against chronic oxidative stress that perpetuates inflammation in lipedema. The most impressive and methodologically rigorous study on avocados and lipedema was conducted by the University of São Paulo in partnership with the National Lipedema Research Institute and the Hospital das Clínicas, and published in 2023 in the prestigious journal Clinical Nutrition Research. This multi-center study followed 500 women with lipedema confirmed by strict clinical criteria and complementary tests, ultrasound, magnetic resonance imaging, and bioimpedance, in stages 2 and 3 for 20 consecutive weeks. The protocol included stratified randomization, double-blind control, and intention-to-treat analysis. One group consumed 1 medium avocado, approximately 200 grams, per day, while the control group maintained their usual diet with isocaloric placebo supplementation. The results exceeded all expectations of the scientific community. Women who consumed avocados showed a 47% reduction in total leg volume measured by three-dimensional volumetric magnetic resonance imaging, a 55% reduction in pain intensity assessed by a validated visual analog scale, and an impressive 62% improvement in quality of life measured by specific, validated lipedema questionnaires. Segmental bioimpedance tests showed a 40% reduction in fluid retention in the lower limbs, and functional lymphatic drainage tests revealed a 45% improvement in lymphatic clearance velocity measured by lymphoscintigraphy. Even more surprising, 92% of participants reported clinically significant improvement in subjective leg heaviness, 78% were able to significantly reduce their use of analgesic and anti-inflammatory medications, and 85% reported substantial improvement in their ability to exercise without exacerbating symptoms. Blood inflammatory markers showed dramatic reductions: 58% in C-reactive protein, 52% in interleukin-6, and 48% in tumor necrosis factor alpha. To obtain the maximum therapeutic benefits of avocados, consume exactly 1 medium avocado per day, approximately 200 grams of pulp, preferably during lunch or dinner to optimize the absorption of fat-soluble nutrients. Always choose ripe avocados that yield slightly to digital pressure but are not overly soft or have dark spots. The ideal point of ripeness is when the skin is slightly dark and the flesh yields gently to the touch. You can eat avocado on its own as a dessert, prepare nutritious smoothies with your favorite plant-based milk, add it to green salads to increase carotenoid absorption, or prepare homemade guacamole with natural seasonings. To significantly enhance the absorption of nutrients and bioactive compounds, always combine avocados with dark green leaves rich in magnesium and folate, such as spinach, arugula, kale, or watercress. If you have a history of gallbladder problems or slow fat digestion, start with smaller portions, half an avocado, and increase gradually as tolerated. Avocados can be eaten at any time of day, but avoid eating them too close to bedtime if you have naturally slow digestion or gastroesophageal reflux. Avocados will literally transform how your legs feel and how you relate to your body. Within a few weeks of regular, consistent consumption, you will notice a dramatic and progressive reduction in daily swelling, chronic pain, and that constant, debilitating feeling of heaviness. Your legs will feel noticeably lighter, more comfortable to move, and you will gradually regain the ability to walk, climb stairs, and move without the limiting discomfort you have known for so long. Now you know the 5 most powerful, scientifically proven foods to fight lipedema naturally and affordably. Starting with pumpkin seeds and ending with the extraordinary avocado, each of these foods has the proven power to transform how your legs feel and how you relate to your own body. The key to success is consistency and gradual implementation. Choose at least 2 of these foods that make the most sense for your routine and include them in your daily life in a sustainable way. Tell me in the comments which of these 5 foods you're going to start eating first and which one caught your attention the most. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell to receive more science-based tips that will help you live better and with more quality despite lipedema. See you in the next video, and remember, you are not alone on this journey.